Bitcoin to the moon. I don't even think we moved from last night. But yeah, short term it's not looking that good. I'm no longer putting time frames on things because the market's going to move when it wants to move. Ultimately, the daily MACD has officially curled down, but you can see light red, so the short-term turbulence is still on the table. 4-hour MACD is on the bottom, so obviously short-term, like even shorter-term turbulence, you can move higher. But I'm not focusing on the micro time frames anymore. As I keep saying, I'm looking at the weekly. So that weekly candle doesn't look bad. Today's Sunday, so we should get a new candle depending on how that one looks, but depending on how we close rather. We are over the 50 weekly moving average, I believe. I just want to double check. Yeah, 50 is yellow. So all in all, in terms of price action, nothing has changed from yesterday. You can see some coins are continuing to push higher. Looks like Sleepy Love Potion just broke to the upside, which is a good sign because usually when Sleepy Love Potion breaks up, Bitcoin breaks up. Doge is having a nice push this morning. This is a really good sign as well. Shiba and Elon aren't really moving. Ethereum is still hovering around the same area. I saw something last night that was interesting. Oh, Compound. Yeah, so I think Compound's going to be the next Aave for whoever's watching. Compound and Aave are basically like a tag team champions. I don't know. I kind of made that up, but they're both they're both pieces of shit. So Ave's the first piece of shit that broke to the upside. So I would imagine it would drag the other piece of shit to the upside. So breaking over 166 is extremely bullish in my opinion. If we look at, I think Near Protocol, yeah, look at Near Protocol, completely undoing the sell-off basically. So it is now down 19%. Near Protocol is another layer one that I wanted to get in on, but obviously it's going to the moon without me. Strong's a scam. Luna's pulling back a little bit. Cosmos does its own thing. I think Anchor's actually slowing down too. So, the coins are popping off. It depends on what you're holding. HNT made another high as well. So all in all, I would imagine layer ones and like coins that aren't dog shit are probably going to continue pushing higher. Even NKN, which is dog shit, actually did push higher. So I guess I stand corrected. Waves is not breaking down at all, and these are dog shit coins on the bottom. So I mean, like I said, normally I would expect layer ones to push a little higher. If you're holding dog memes, I don't think you're really going to get that good of a move until Bitcoin actually decides to make a move. But like I said, the fact that Doge is bouncing is a good sign for what's to come potentially this week. So all in all, just a little market recap. There's nothing really going on. As long as we're over this green box at 44,000, we're just going to keep chopping up. People are going to get chopped up shorting. If you want to draw a small downtrend like this, that's fair. A break would send us back up to about 48. Once we break over 48,000, I do see us blasting out of here basically to 51,000, and some altcoins would probably begin their massive pumps, which it looks like Shiba is starting to come to life too. So we'll see. This is a bullshit graphic, but we'll see if it actually plays out. Because if Doge rallies and Shiba rallies, then obviously Elon would rally, and if the dog shit's rallying, then Bitcoin's going to rally as well. So ICP is still at a downtrend resistance. There's nothing really crazy going on from last night. Ethereum Classic is still holding up. So again, depending on what you're holding, you're probably making money. Typically if it's a layer one, but other than that, we're just going sideways. So I still think we're going to have a big move this month. A lot of people are pointing to June as a potential turbulence area, especially with everything that's going on with the Fed. And as I've pointed out in the past, historically tops are put in June, right? So you had June 24th in 2019. You had August, or actually in 2020 there was nothing. There was just consolidation. It looks like last summer we dropped in May, so we dropped in May. Didn't really drop at all here. Dropped in June. Top was in June. Here there was a top in May, another top in July. Here there was a top in September, a top in June. So there's 2 Junes. So June comes in. Here's June again. So June is definitely relevant for sure. What about back here? May drop. You could say the end of the summer we dropped. But June pops up here, and July, or actually, yeah, June pops up here. June pops up here. June pops up here. So there's more likely Well, I guess you could say it's 50-50, right? Because we dropped in May here, we didn't do anything here, and we dropped in May here. So I guess it's just another 50-50 shot, but the pattern of June showing up, lining up with the fact that there's supposed to be some type of Fed announcement over the summer, I think June would set us up for potential top, not the top, but maybe even something like this, which we still have not gotten over the 6-1. We're not even near the 618 yet, but I would say something like this, like maybe we hit 55K in April, little pullback in May, and then we blast out of here in May and potentially even top out in June and then have another massive correction. And then obviously we'll have the blow off top potentially sometime this year, I think would be ideal. You know, something like this, maybe we top out at the end of the year. But I do think there's going to be turbulence over the summer again, and that's why I'm trying so hard to find the top for this run because I don't want to participate in the next nasty drop that we're going to get. Assuming there is one, but again, there's a lot of people speculating that there's going to be top in the summer, and obviously, if the Fed has, policy changes coming up in the summer, I think that sets up for buy the rumor, sell the news. You know, maybe they announce quantitative tightening in the summertime, and then we get one last rally for the end of the year, and then the bear market hits something like this, which would basically, if I had to guess, we would probably come back to where we are now. Because like if we drop 80% from here, that would basically put us at, yeah, maybe even 31,000, depending on where the 200 weekly moving average is. But I could see something like this basically playing out. But obviously this is just a scribble. We're gonna have to look more into it as the time goes on. But all in all, we're still stuck at this 48K, so we're really not going anywhere. Again, if you missed the video from yesterday, just to summarize, we are over the moving averages this time, except for the 200-day, which is different from the December drop. We broke below the yellow, broke below the blue, broke below the white. We are now over yellow and blue. Once yellow crosses over to blue, we should be moving higher. As you saw back here, once we broke below yellow, or once we broke over yellow and blue, we were bullish. And typically breaking down below the yellow confirms that the trend is reversing. So at least in this bull run, it happened twice. Once you broke below the yellow, that was all she wrote. You broke below the yellow, that was all she wrote. So we're keeping an eye on it. So best of luck. Obviously, this is just my opinion. None of this is financial advice, and you always have to do what's best for you.